Hi, Fatals. How's it going? My name is Ruby Hart, and I am here with Abbiescorner, who is going to be running Illbleed Bad Ending for the Dreamcast. Now, Abby, I feel like this particular video game definitely has a horror B movie vibe to it, which I absolutely adore. But for people who may be unfamiliar with the game, can you tell us a little bit about like the premise of Illbleed, the like general setting and what we can expect?
Okay, so it's a horror theme park called
Mhm.
Illbleed, funny enough. Um, the premise is that there's a reward if you can get through Illbleed of $100 million. Um, and everybody kind of dies when they go through the park.
Mhm.
Funny enough, there's a level where you go through the morgue of the park.
Uh-huh.
And you kind of see all the dead bodies at one point. But basically, the main character, Eriko, she's the leader or president of the horror club as well as the student council. So she makes a speech at a competition. Her friends get tickets to Illbleed. She decides not to go, but then 3 days later, she goes because they never returned. So she's going to go find them. And then
Mhm.
it's like, okay, so here we go. And of course, each level has its own kind of thing. Like the first one is called Home Run of Death. You're going through an inn, and the story behind that one is that the innkeeper's son was murdered through a fire. The inn was destroyed, and he's basically seeking revenge for the murder of his son. And he
Yeah.
thinks one of your friends is his son.
Yeah, it
So at
feels
the
like all the areas are definitely like modeled after other horror games or other horror movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
so the good ending is that you have to save your three friends, and then you save a reporter in the fifth level, and that one's called Killer Man, where you have to solve a murder mystery. But we don't solve that murder mystery even in the good ending because it's too slow to go and solve the murder mystery.
Uh-huh.
So we buy that character back because it is faster to go save the first three characters, let the fourth character die, and then buy him back. And it still counts.
That's
And then
incredible. Yeah.
you have things like we're going to be fighting a giant tree with a mustache because of course we're going to fight a giant tree with a mustache. Um we're going to fight a giant worm. We're going to fight um a lot of other weird things. I don't want to spoil it, but we're gonna fight something that's going to be very familiar to people, but with a very interesting twist,
Yeah,
is what I will say.
I definitely don't want to give away too much just because I know the like tease that you're talking about, and Fatals, trust me, you are not going to want to miss it. The reference is very interesting and very fun. Now, as far as what makes this game unique, one thing I really loved about it is unlike a lot of other horror speedruns I've seen, there is a like heart rate monitor that you have for the character, but a lot of the gameplay relies on the senses, and there's a whole display showing like sight and hearing. So how do those work into the gameplay and the speedrun?
Okay, so with the horror monitor, when you see sight or hearing, that is usually a trap. So if you don't tag that, you're going to either take
Mhm.
damage, you're going to start bleeding, or your heart rate's going to go up. If your heart rate goes up too much, you flatline. If you're bleeding, depending how much you're bleeding, you could be taking health damage at some certain points. Plus, there's a little blue chip that you're going to see. When your bleeding gets past the blue chip, you actually get a bigger hitbox. So it's easier for traps to hit you. So, and
Oh.
also when you're bleeding, it'll start taking away your health depending how much you're bleeding. And
Mhm.
so you have to worry about those things. When you see the sixth sense going off, that could be a healing item, a permanent health upgrade. You don't want permanent health upgrades because unlike regular items, they will what's the word I'm looking for? They will take up inventory space because they stay in your inventory at all times. So it could mess up where an item is placed when it's in your inventory. Um, and of course, healing items, they can heal your health or your bleeding, your heart rate, or your health. Also, when the sixth sense is going off, you have enemy encounters to worry about. So you never know which is what it's going to be. 9 times out of 10, you're most likely looking at an enemy encounter. And the fun thing about enemy encounters slash also the boss fights is when you're in an enemy encounter, you can't heal because when you hit
Oh,
pause, it just pops up with a giant pause on the screen. So you have to wait till after the fight to heal if you're too damaged.
so that makes the boss fights a lot more intense in this particular speed run.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
more harder are the regular fights because regular enemies require a counter hit to die. They can take damage, but they can't die unless you have counter hitted their attack. Luckily, you can tell when they're counter hitted because they do an animation
Mhm.
um kind of thing, whereas bosses just need regular hits to die.
Mhm.
But the fact is, there's actually one fight in the fourth level that can very much kill your run because it's 3 regular enemies at the same time, and they like to protect each other. And
Got
a
it. Yeah.
lot of the time, you can bleed out. As a matter of fact, I just had a run recently die because I bled out right as the fight ended. So it let me
Mhm.
go back to the regular screens and everything. But as I'm hitting the start button to go heal, it's like, oh, you've bled out. Oh
Oh no.
no.
Well, I wish you all the best of luck and fingers crossed that that doesn't happen today. So everyone, Fatals, make sure that you do not miss this run. I, for one, am really excited for it. And that Illbleed run is going to be coming up in just a little bit here. But right now, we actually have a Go-Go Hamster Chef Inbounds run by the incredible Char Bunny that's coming up next. You don't want to miss it. Stick around.
Cool. Hello. For those of you who are joining us, you are watching Flame Fatales, and we are raising money for Malala Fund. My name is Big Scared. For those of you who have been keeping your eyes on the schedule, you might recognize my name because I'll be running Resident Evil Village later on in the marathon. But right now, we are here trying to get pumped for the horror block. I hope you're ready. Before we do that, I got a couple quick donations. We have a few from the Kirby run left over that I would love to share with you. First up, there's a $25 donation from One Free Fits that says, I played Kirby's Dream Land as a kid on family road trips. Love seeing it run fast. And another one that is $25 from Anna that says, love GDQ. Keep up the good work, everyone. Poyo. And again, another $25 donation from Speff that says, go any percent. Chat, are you hype for Go Hamster Chef coming up? I know that I am. But first, we have a very brief break. Please enjoy. Take it away. For those of you who are joining us and may not know, Flame Fatales is presented by Frame Fatales, which is an all-women's community for those who are interested in speedrunning, charity events, and gaming. In addition to our two flagship events, Frost Fatales and Flame Fatales, which you're watching right now, we have a supportive community Discord with activities year-round. This includes Game of the Month and randomizer events, and if you would like to join the Fatales Discord server, you can DM the @FrameFatales Twitter account on the GDQ Instagram account, on Twitter, or you can email framefatales@gamesdonequick.com. All women, whether you're cisgender, transgender, non-binary, and gender non-conforming, are welcome to join. So if this is something that interests you, please do not be afraid to reach out. We would love to have you. Additionally, for those of you who may not know, the GDQ Hotfix shows on this channel, Games Done Quick, show off communities in speedrunning that are sometimes overlooked during marathons, and it elevates speedrunners year-round. And as such, we're proud to have members of the Frame Fatales community as Hotfix showrunners. So make sure that you tune in to shows like Express Lane, or Legally Cute, or any of the other Hotfix shows that are out there. There are so many for you to check out. For more information on these programs, go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix, and it will have all the information you need right there for you. Additionally, we are raising money today for Malala Fund, which is working for a world where every girl can learn and lead. With more than 130 million girls out of school today, Malala Fund partners with education advocates and activists who are breaking down barriers that hold girls back. Chat, did you know that we have a planned Japanese restream of our events here at Flame Fatales 2023. And so we want to make sure that we thank these folks for providing an alternate language broadcast of the marathon. You can catch highlights of on the Japanese restream, which is a community where people can enjoy various speedrun events held abroad in Japanese. They will be specifically rebroadcasting this event at twitch.tv/Japanese_restream from August 18th through 20th. So check out their schedule by typing !restream in chat. We would love it if our viewers followed their stream and supported the event as well. And again, I want to thank everyone who has been donating so far today. We have reached a milestone of over $13,000 for Malala Fund. That is an incredible amount of money. And we have met our Go-Go Hamster Chef bonus any % run incentive. So thank you so, so much for making sure that that happened. I want to remind you that we have some new incentives coming up. And we will be hearing all about that as we go throughout the day. You might notice that there is currently a challenge up right now for another $2,000 goal for the Titan Souls Runner Wears Formal Wear incentive, where Ruby Heart will be challenged to be super snazzy. So if you want to see that happen, make sure that your donations go towards that. And we would love to see her defeat these enemies with style and flair. Chat, are you ready? Are you hype? Are you excited for the cutest possible start to the horror block? I would love to see everyone throw a clap or a hype emoji in chat right now, because we are getting ready. We are getting excited. We are getting pumped. Absolutely floored for an inbounds PC run of Go Hamster Chef by Char Bunny. Take it away, Char.